We're at Frederick County Animal Control on Rosemont Avenue with Shawn, and who is this crazy dog?
His name is Gunnar, and he was found in Adamstown on June 21st as a stray.
Yeah.
And you know, that's a good point, him jumping up.
Yeah.
We take dogs in, cats all the time. We know nothing about them. So when we take in a stray dog, we age them by their teeth.
Okay.
So we're assuming Gunnar is about a year old. So he's in like that older teenage, you know, kind of groove right now. And a lot of the dogs we take in are nice dogs. They're friendly, but they are a little short on manners. So we don't have, I should say, we don't typically have wash and wear dogs.
Yes,
you know what I mean? There is going to be a little bit of work put into him to make him a better dog. But what we've seen with him is he's friendly. He adjusted well to the shelter environment. And you know, that says a lot about a dog. We get a lot of dogs that are really shy and scared when they first come in because the environment's foreign to them. He seems to react favorably to the other dogs when he walks by. We always encourage people to do a meet and greet with the dog that they have. But he's done well since he's hit the adoption floor. So when a stray comes in, we hold him for 5 days to allow the owner to come in. And an owner can still get him back after 5 days, of course, but that's kind of the window where we need to start doing things just to help control our population.
Yeah, for sure.
So he's not neutered yet, so his adoption fee does include neutering him. We'll microchip him so that if he strays again, we'll hopefully get him back fairly easy, bring him up to date on vaccinations and everything else. Supposedly he's treat motivated. Let's see this.
Oh my goodness, you
sit.
Treats?
Sit. Sit. Come on.
Good boy. Oh, that's good.
Is that not the favorite flavor?
Oh, he looks young.
Yeah, he's about a year.
Yeah.
So
I mean, do you think he'll grow much more?
Yeah. So our kennel supervisor thinks he's an Anatolian Shepherd mix, which are bigger shepherds. So he's 80 pounds right now. So there is that feeling that he will fill out and maybe get a little bit bigger too.
Anatolian Shepherd mix. Okay. And look, I mean, I think as we know, any dog can be corrected for these behaviors. You just have to work with them and you know, be on hands-on. But in the meantime, you have to be prepared for.
And I think, like just with kids, consistency is key.
Yes.
I think if you know you're telling a dog one thing one day, and the next day you let him get away with stuff, it gives that mixed signal. Just like to go back to kids, you know.
Exactly.
So I think with consistency, he's a dog that will want to please.
Yeah.
He enjoys treats, so I think he's very trainable.
Yeah. And shepherds are typically working dogs, right?
Yeah.
So giving them a job every day is important, whether it's even just, you know, those long walks, getting him out and about, running him. Maybe if you work to organize someone to walk them during the day. Our Pet and Home Care, who's the sponsor of this segment, they do doggy walks throughout the day. So if you're not home, he might really do well with just some attention during the day. So he doesn't get bored, but I mean, he's beautiful. It really is a beautiful dog.
And we do things here at the shelter like scent work. We'll hide treats for him.
Yeah.
Or, you know, we'll have scents out back with like squirrel smell. You can buy different urines and things like that that really help. But, you know, there's obviously physical exercise, but there's also the mental part that you can do both, you know.
I've seen some really good things on social media, like if you take treats and tie them into knots into certain things, and then they have to dig around and find them, and just keeps them really active. And you're tripping on the
Silly guy.
You're silly, Gunnar. No. I know. You're very. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we had I forget the dog's name, but they have puzzle feeders, and the puzzle feeders actually come in different levels of difficulty. And this dog was like the master puzzle, you know, so it's kind of cool watching him. Like the dog could solve it in under 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you'd give it to another dog that's not as familiar. It'd take them like half an hour to get the treats out. So they do make all kinds of neat little things for dogs.
I've seen some very smart dogs too. They have the treat things where they have to press the button. The button's in one end of the house, and then the treat falls out, and then they they realize if they pull the button closer
Yep.
to the treat feeder that they don't have to run so far.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
look, I think it's really, first of all, if anybody knows that this dog existed with an owner or family in Adamstown,
yep.
might be good to let them know. But at the same time, I mean, it's been over a month. Oh, almost a month.
Since June 21st.
21st, yeah. So, so he is available. I know, you are very sweet face.
And I think the thing with strays is I think some folks don't know that we're here and this is what we do also. So we serve the whole county of Frederick, from Emmitsburg over to Mount Airy, Frederick side, to Adamstown, to Myersville.
Yeah.
You're not in trouble if your pet's here. There are some fees you have to pay. We have boarding fees.
Right.
There is an ordinance that says you can't let your dog run free. The first time it happens is $20.
Yeah.
And then the state requires dogs to be and cats to be up to date on rabies. So we verify your pet's current on rabies. So other than that, we want you to come get your pet. He's well socialized. He's in good health.
Obviously, he's with
so
somebody.
It's like, we'd rather not have to adopt him out. We'd rather him go back to his family and his normal routine.
Yeah. All right. Well, coming up on July 20th, if you want to see Gunnar and some of the other dogs playing in the water in the little pools and splash pads, there is an event here at the shelter. I think seeing the dogs outside, having a good time is a much better. It's much better for them and for you. I think it's going to be a really fun afternoon. We've got the information on our events calendar.
Not athletic.
No, not really quite sure what's supposed to happen there. That's right. It's all good. But that event will be really good. And he's just young, and you can tell on his face. He's just a young man, and I think he'll make somebody a really great dog.
And we
He'd
get
be
a lot
great on, like, I think somebody with a little property. Or put him to work protecting something. I think he'd really be great.
And we get a lot of dogs just like Gunnar. The other day, a friend of mine said, I'm looking for a puppy. And I had to tell him, I say, we often don't get puppies. People tend to get a puppy, they're enamored by how cute it is and all this other.
And it's a year later,
and then it gets 80 pounds, and they're like, oh man, that's a lot of work. So,
I think Bethany and I talked about last time, or maybe even you and I a few weeks ago, is that you should never say, I'd like this kind of dog. You want to look at your lifestyle, your home, your environment, and then find a dog that fits in with your lifestyle, so you're not trying to change your life and their life at the same time. It's usually no good for anyone, and then unfortunately sometimes they end up here because it wasn't what you expected, or the dog got bigger than you expected, or was a little rowdier than you expected.
You're so right. And knowing what I know now from working at the shelter for so many years, if you're not breed specific, maybe not size, don't care about the gender, if you want to find probably the best dog in the shelter, ask the staff. I mean, they truly know which dogs, and it may be the dog you would never pick. And they would talk to you about what your lifestyle is and that kind of thing, and try and make a good match, rather than, because why do people pick animals? Based on a look.
It's kind of like
nothing
people.
else. It's not based on behavior, manners, or any of that. It's based on how the animal looks. So.
Oh goodness! What do you see?
Gunnar.
What do you see? I know, you're such a big boy. The staff here is great, and it's funny because you guys typically will have like this a pup or a dog that hangs out up front to just kind of get more. Miriam was up front, and so I think the staff is really good for noticing that. You want that rope?
Huh? Do you want it?
Do you want the rope? Oh, you do.
It?
Oh, what is that? Oh, you got it.
Come on, Gunnar.
You got it?
No,
I know. You're such a good boy, Gunnar. All right. Well, we hope you get a home soon. Yes. You're going to make a family very, very happy. All right. We want to thank Shawn, the entire team at Frederick County Animal Control. Check them out. Visit fcac.as.me to find out more information about Gunnar and all the animals that are available here. You can schedule an appointment for the dogs, and they'll bring as many dogs as you want out here. so that you can see them in a relaxed environment. The cats you can come in and see anytime.
Yep.
And are the 2 kittens we did last week still here?
Sheldon and Bernadette? Yes, they are. They're so sweet. They're a little bit shy. FIV sometimes gives people pause, but you know, it's really, it shouldn't.
Yeah, they were so sweet, and they did warm up to us right away when I was here last week. So those kittens are still available, along with many dogs. I think I saw out there you guys have about 130.
Yeah, around 130 animals right now.
So it's pretty full.
Yep.
It's summertime.
Summertime, you got it.
You guys always say.
I just looked. We have 57 animals in foster care, which they are probably mostly mom and kittens.
Yeah.
So you know, we're just getting inundated with kittens now, and if a kitten is what you want, you know, now's the time to start shopping, definitely.
Well, last week when I was here, I met a young man and a family from Waldorf who was taking home a foster. They go around to shelters around Maryland and they foster dogs. And I thought that was really interesting. So yeah, if you're interested in fostering, they can always use the help. Typically, it's animals that require some extra attention or can't be here at the shelter for whatever reason. Cats and dogs, kittens and things like that. And there's still the program where you can take a dog for an afternoon, 24 hours, or a weekend. So you can talk with the coordinators here about that, and that helps get the dogs out and learning behaviors. You guys might be able to give insight as well. But visit fcac.as.me for all the information. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.